Good day. Welcome to this Aon webinar, especially for EU and EEA students about the Aon student insurance for students who are coming to study or go to do an internship here in the Netherlands. To give you an insight on why an insurance is important when you're going to study abroad, we will start with a short video first.
Are you coming to the Netherlands to study or do an internship? An exciting time in which you'll get to experience new perspectives and cultures, spend time with the locals, and get immersed into their way of living. But what if something less exciting happens, like getting sick? But aside from getting sick, there are other bad things which could happen. The Aon student insurance is for non-EU and EU or EEA students. Mind you, if you're an EU or EEA student and you have a European health insurance card, before going to the Netherlands, check how and for how long you'll be insured in the country. If you're an EU or EEA student, we'd advise you to get additional or full insurance, depending on your circumstances. You can find out more about this on our website. If you get a part-time job or paid internship, that also changes things. You'll be expected to adjust your own insurance to ensure that it matches your new situation. Arrange everything beforehand so you can leave for your studies or internship without any worries. The advice module on our website will tell you everything you need to know for your own personal situation. If you have any more questions, please take a look at our website. You can also reach us by telephone, email, chat, or see our FAQ.
Welcome. I hope the video gave you some more insight in why it's important to have an international student insurance when you're going to study abroad. Of course, I will elaborate in this presentation more about the importance of an insurance and what kind of coverages we have. But first of all, on behalf of Aon and myself, my name is Arti Pancham. I would like to welcome you guys to the Netherlands or from wherever in the world you are watching this presentation. If you guys have questions, you can ask them in the comment section, and at the end of this presentation, I will answer your questions live. Of course, after the presentation, you guys can also go to our website and ask your questions there. We have a live chat, we have an email address, and of course, you can phone us. I'm going to start the presentation now, and I hope it will give you more insight and more information on why it's important to have an insurance. First of all, a little bit about Aon. Who is Aon and what do we do? We are a partner of many universities and universities of applied sciences here in the Netherlands and internationally. We are an insurance broker and an international advisor in risk management. We have 500 offices worldwide and 50,000 employees. 15 offices in the Netherlands, and our headquarters is based in Rotterdam, where I am with our student team right now. Of course, we do have a multilingual client services team who can answer all of your questions regarding the insurance or other questions you may have about insurances in the Netherlands when you are an international student. What is Aon student insurance and what does it cover and what does it consist of? Well, first of all, it gives you worldwide coverage, which means that if you guys have the insurance and you are going to travel, once it's possible again, after all the travel restrictions have been lifted or partially have been lifted, you are covered with our insurance as well. The insurance is for students only who are studying or doing an internship in the Netherlands, and also internationally if you're going to go abroad as part of your study here in the Netherlands to another country. It's a package insurance which offers you medical coverage and a non-medical coverage. I will elaborate on those coverages later on. And we do have, of course, a 24/7 an emergency assistance telephone number, which you can contact in case of an emergency or a life-threatening situation during the weekend or after working hours. Well, we have organized this insurance especially for EU and EEA students because there is a slight difference in rules, regulations and law in insurance for you guys, whereas non-EU students can only take out one package, and that's the Aon complete insurance. EU students and EEA students come with a European health insurance card or without a European health insurance card. That's the blue card you can apply for in your home country. I will explain about that in one of the later slides. But with that, your situation in the Netherlands with regard to your insurance can change in each situation depending on your individual situation again. To start with, EU and EEA students who come to the Netherlands without an EHIC card, without a European health insurance card, you guys only have one option to take out the Aon complete insurance. International students are not eligible for the Dutch mandatory basic health insurance because that's an insurance only for people who have the Dutch nationality or who work in the Netherlands and pay taxes. And since you guys are coming here at first, at least as a student, you need to take out private insurance, and you do that with Aon student insurance. If you are an EU student or an EEA student with a European health insurance card, then you have a partial coverage for health, for emergency help. Again, in one of the later slides, I will elaborate on that. For those students, we do have a supplement coverage, and that's the Aon Start Plus coverage. The situation changes altogether when you are going to start to have a part-time job, and then rules apply for both EU, EEA and non-EU students. Once you have a part-time job and you pay taxes in the Netherlands, it's mandatory to take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance. And you, on top of the basic healthcare insurance, you can take out the additional insurance, and that's a Start Plus insurance. Again, in one of the later slides, I will tell you more about the coverages. And last but not least, if you guys are going to do an internship here, and then it doesn't matter again if you're an EU student, an EEA student, or a non-EU student, once you're going to do an internship and you are earning more than the Dutch minimum wage, it's mandatory to take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance. Both insurances, of course, the Aon student insurance and the Aon basic healthcare insurance can be purchased and applied for through our website. In the short video, you were informed on why it's important to have an insurance when studying or doing an internship abroad. But there are other things as well which you have to keep in mind when you go abroad. We have seen a changing world over the past year. We've had the Hong Kong riots, we had the Australian bushfires, and now we are in the era of COVID-19. Which means that, you know, a lot of things are happening, and we have experienced over the past month that especially EU and EEA students in the Netherlands were didn't have as much insurance when COVID-19 was here in March or even earlier, and they went to hospitals or went to the doctor and were not covered enough, or even didn't even have an insurance. Health costs in the Netherlands are quite high. If you go to a doctor here, you know, a specialist consult is already around, you know, between 70 and 100 euros. If you don't have any insurance, it means you will have to pay for that out of your own pocket, because there is no organization who is going to take care of those costs. But also, you know, apart from health costs, if you accidentally cause damage to somebody else and you have no insurance, that means you have to pay it out of your own pocket. If there's a theft in your room or your apartment, there's been a burglary or, you know, even a flood or a fire, no insurance means you will not be reimbursed by anybody. And then there is, of course, repatriation coverage. In case you need to go back home because there's a life-threatening situation with a family member in the first or second degree, and that is grandparents, father, mother, brother, sister, and you need to go back to your home country. If you need to do so, you need to purchase a ticket or a train ticket or anything. We will pay for that. And if you don't have any insurance, you will have to make those arrangements yourself. And of course, you will have to pay for that yourself. And last but not least, but in order to have full coverage, we advise you guys to take out the insurance for the whole period of your study or your internship. And you don't have to pay everything at once. For instance, you know, you're going to do your bachelor here or your bachelor and your master. If you take out the insurance for instance, 2 or 4 years, you can pay monthly. You can pay monthly by credit card. You can pay by e-invoice. You know, taking out the insurance for the whole period means you are insured. And you can never forget to extend an insurance, because if you take out the insurance just for a short period of time or for just 1 year, and you forget to extend the insurance at the end of the period, and something happens, you are not insured, and that would be a pity. And then you've been insured then for a year, and that short span of time you're not covered. So again, I would like to stress, take out the insurance for the whole period. What is so special about insurances for EU students and EEA students? You guys can take out the EHIC card, the European Health Insurance card, in your home country. You need to apply in your home country with your own health insurer for the European Health Insurance card. It's the blue card, as you can see in the presentation. It has your name on it, it has your date of birth on it, and very important, it has an expiration date on it. And the expiration date is very important because the length of coverage depends on your home country. So if, for instance, you come from a country where you only have a coverage for 3 months, after those 3 months, you need to take out full insurance. Be aware of the fact that your EHIC only covers urgent medical treatment, which means that if you have a problem and you need to go to a doctor, you can go to a doctor, but only the urgent treatment will be covered. Any follow-up treatment will not be covered. To give you an example, if you need to have medicine, your medicine will be covered for at least for a maximum of a month. After that month, it's not in emergency anymore, and you will need to get the medicine from your own country then, or you need to purchase it here because it won't be covered under the EHIC card. So be aware of that. If you come here with the EHIC card, that you always take out additional coverage, additional Aon coverage. And last but not least, I know that in some countries the EHIC card is accepted by doctors and hospitals. Here in the Netherlands, it's not so common to accept the card. Lots of doctors, not all doctors or hospitals, but lots of them don't accept the EHIC card and ask students or people with an EHIC card to pay upfront and then get your reimbursement from your own EHIC insurer. So keep in mind that the system is different in the Netherlands. Of course, as a supplement to the EHIC card, because it is an emergency coverage, we offer students with an EHIC card an additional insurance, and that's called the Aon Start Plus insurance. I will elaborate on the coverage later on. in the presentation. But you must always purchase. You must always be covered with Start Plus for as long as your EHIC is valid. That means that if your EHIC is only valid 3 months, you can only purchase the Aon Start Plus for three months because it's an additional coverage. Keep that in mind. Again, EHIC is only emergency coverage. We cover, of course, there have been a lot of questions about the coverage about COVID-19. With our insurance, all medical expenses regarding COVID-19 are covered under your Aon student insurance. Do check, of course, your insurance certificate for that, but in most cases, COVID is fully covered. Also covered for COVID is the medical repatriation in case you need to be medically repatriated to another country because there are not enough hospital beds, for instance, in the Netherlands, or the healthcare is insufficient and you need to be transported. If there are costs involved, we will cover those costs. And medical repatriation is not only covered with COVID-19, but also in all other cases. Repatriation of the student to the home country in case of a serious illness or death of a family member in the first or second degree is also fully covered. So those costs will be reimbursed to you. Repatriation of family to you in case there is a emergency with you. Serious illness or even worse is also covered. We will pay for the transportation costs and also the accommodation costs. Well, then the packages we offer students with an EHIC card. If you have an EHIC card, you can purchase the Aon Start Plus insurance. I would like to stress to you guys that the Aon Start Plus, with regard to the medical expenses, is a supplement to the EHIC card or a basic healthcare insurance and is excluding pre-existing conditions. A supplement means that everything you cannot get reimbursed under your EHIC card will be covered by Aon if you purchase the Aon Start Plus. For instance, you go to a doctor, you are referred to a specialist, and you receive an invoice of, let's say, 100 euros, and your EHIC says, well, I'm only going to reimburse you for 50 euros. The remaining 50 euros you can submit with us, and we will pay for those remaining 50 euros. But always, you always have to go to, you have to get your reimbursement of your EHIC insurer. Then there's urgent dental treatment, and urgent dental treatment means that you are covered in case you have, you wake up one morning, you have a lot of problems, you have a dental ache, and you need to go to a dentist. You can go to a dentist and you will have coverage up until 350 euros per year. Well, repatriation, I already explained about that in the previous slide. Very important coverage, and also for European students, although it might seem, well, you're coming from a country nearby, but still it is a very important coverage to have. Then liability. Liability is a coverage that means that if you accidentally break something or harm somebody else's belongings or a person, you will have coverage under our insurance with the Aon Start Plus. To give you an example, you guys, if you are already here, are probably going to get a bicycle and cycle around here. If you bump in by accident to a car and you damage the car, and the owner of the car holds you liable for that, you need to pay for the costs occurred. And if you're not insured, you will have to pay for that out of your own pocket. Also covered is your baggage during a journey. I already explained to you guys that you have worldwide coverage with our insurance. So also when traveling, your baggage is covered. Your home or household content is covered, which means that if there is a burglary or there is a fire or a flood, and your goods are damaged or stolen after breaking and entering, you will have cover, and we will reimburse you for the things you've lost or which are stolen. Bear in mind, you always need to file a police report in order to get a reimbursement from us. And then there's an accident coverage and legal aid. Legal aid is a coverage for students who are, who rent a house, and for instance, there's a problem with plumbing, and the landlord doesn't want to pay for that. Well, in case you have a legal dispute with him or her, you can come to us and we will help you and advise you on that matter. The premium for the Aon Start Plus is around 25 euros per month, actually 24 euros and 90 cents per month. You only pay for the days that you are insured. So, for instance, if you're going to study here in the Netherlands for, let's say, 90 days or 100 days, you only pay for 100 days. To give you an indication, the premium is 24 euros and 90 cents per month. If your EHIC card is no longer valid and you cannot purchase the Aon Start Plus as a supplement, you can always take out the Aon Complete or the Aon Complete Plus, depending on your university. Some universities take out the Aon Complete, others have the Aon Complete Plus. The Complete Plus is a more extensive coverage, and the premium for the Aon Complete or the Aon Complete Plus is between 40 euros and 53 euros and 70 cents. For more information on that, you can either go to your university international office, or you can of course come to our website. The only difference between the two packages is that for the medical expenses with the Aon Complete or the Aon Complete Plus, you have full coverage, and with the Start Plus, you have a supplement coverage. Well, if you are going to have a part-time job, as I said in the beginning of this presentation, the rules and regulations are based on a person's individual situation. And here in the Netherlands, once you have a part-time job for which you earn a salary and for which you pay taxes, income tax as we call it, and social securities, you are obligated by law to take out the mandatory Dutch basic healthcare insurance. And if you fail to apply for the Dutch basic healthcare insurance, you'll receive a fine, and that fine will be sent to you by two organizations. That's the CAK and the SVB. Both are governmental organizations who work closely with the tax office. And since you are working and paying taxes, you are registered, your details are registered in the tax office, so also visible for the CAK and the SVB. If you don't pay the penalty, the first penalty, which is 400 euros, a lot of money, they will send you another letter, another penalty, again 400 euros. If you fail to apply again for a Dutch basic healthcare insurance, they will send you a third letter, and with that third letter, they will send you, they will inform you on the fact that they have taken out an insurance for you, and of course, that insurance is always more expensive than when you would have purchased it yourself. And you will still have to pay the fine of around 800 euros by now. We've had students who received fines from around, between 800 and 1500 euros, and they needed to pay it. So, you cannot escape them, although you would like to. Just follow the rules, guys, and make sure that you take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance as soon as you know that you're going to have a part-time job. More information on the rules and regulations can be found, of course, on our website, but also on the website svb.nl from the Dutch governmental organization. The same applies to when you're going to do an internship in the Netherlands. Are you going to earn less than the minimum wage? Then there's no problem. You can keep your AN complete insurance, but the situation changes again if you are going to earn more than the Dutch minimum wage. Then you are also obligated to take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance. You can always ask, of course, for assistance of your employer, your part-time, of your intern employer, or you can find the information on government.nl, where there's information about the salaries, the minimum salaries of people. Again, more information can also be found on our website. Then a little bit about the healthcare system in the Netherlands, because the healthcare system might be different than what you guys are used to in your home country. Here in the Netherlands, everybody is subscribed to a GP, family doctor, or as we call it in Dutch, the huisarts. The huisarts is always your first point of contact for health issues. It's a fully qualified doctor, and this doctor has studied for years after his or her medical study. The GP always decides on further actions. So if you have, you wake up one morning, you have a terrible tummy ache, and you would like to go to a GP, call them, make an appointment, and they will examine you, and if necessary, they will give you a referral so you can go to a specialist for a consult. Note, I want to take, I want to stress to you guys, when going to a doctor or visiting a doctor, if you have an appointment, show up on time. Because if you do not show up on time, or you don't show up at all, they will charge you. And if you're late, they will probably not help you, but they will charge you. And that won't be reimbursed. So if you cannot make it to the doctor, give them a call, or to any place here in the Netherlands with whom you have an appointment. Give them a call and reschedule, so you have another appointment. Last but not least, you need to have a referral of a GP, because without a referral of a GP, there will be no reimbursement. If you guys are already in the Netherlands, or if you are planning to come to the Netherlands, I would stress, take out the insurance before you come here, because then you're also covered during your trip to the Netherlands. And if you are already here, I would like to stress to you guys, take out the insurance as soon as possible, because anytime anything happens, and if you're not insured, the costs are for your own account, and you will need to pay for it yourself. You can apply for the insurance by going to our website, aonstudininsurance.com. Click on the blue tab, Advise Me and Quote Me. And you will get into the advice module, and since each situation is based on the insurance situation is based on your individual situation, we ask you some questions so we can give you the right advice. Once you have filled out this, you can apply for the insurance, and our application module will lead you through the questions. We do everything online, so you will receive all your policy documents, everything in your email box. You also will receive a login code, so you can you will have a policy map in which you can make changes yourself. You log in with the login codes you receive. the login you can change yourself, and then once you have that, you log in, you can make changes, you can extend the insurance, you can end the insurance, you can change your address, change your bank account number, whatever you want. It's all done digitally, and you guys are in charge of your own insurance. When you have a claim to submit, you went to a doctor, for instance, and you received an invoice and you want to submit that claim to us, you go to the website again, you click on the claims dot, and you fill out your policy number and your date of birth, and the system will lead you through the application of the submittance of your claim. You guys need to keep your original invoice and make a copy of that and upload it, because we need an original invoice to reimburse you for the costs. And the reimbursement is between 5 to 10 working days from the moment you submit the claim. Of course, you can contact us. If you cannot find the answer to your question on our website, you can always contact our client services team. We're available here from Monday till Friday. You can email us at info@aonstudintinsurance.com, and of course you can chat with us by going to our Aon Student Insurance website. If there is an emergency, you can go to the Aon. You can contact the Aon Emergency Center, and they can help you. Let's say, for instance, you need to fly back home because there has been an emergency, or you are in the hospital and the hospital asks for a guarantee of payment. Let them, or you, if it's possible, you can contact the emergency center. They will ask for your policy number, and then they will give the hospital a guarantee of payment. Of course, you can also chat with us. Well, if you have questions, I would love to answer them, and my colleague will give me some questions right now.
All right. Thank you, Arti, for this presentation. Here from the back, it's Rob. I've been monitoring some questions that have been coming in through the comment box, and we've dealt with some of the smaller questions in the comment section, but there's some general questions that maybe are good to discuss for everyone. The first question that someone asked is if the European Health Insurance Card is enough to register for the GP, so for the family doctor.
Well, as I said in the presentation, the European Health Insurance Card is not that accepted here in the Netherlands. You can register, of course, with the GP, but in all cases, the GP will always ask you, well, not always, but in most cases, will ask you to pay for the consult and then get your claim reimbursed by your EHIC insurer. And it depends, of course, on the GP. If they would accept the EHIC card, but again, in 80 to 90%, you will have to pay upfront and get your reimbursement later from your own health insurer.
All right, thanks. Then we have a question from Dimo.
Yeah.
He or she asks, can I get the insurance for the first 6 months and then extend it until the end of the study period?
That is possible, but why would you like to purchase it only for 6 months? If your EHIC card is valid for 12 months and you are going to study here for 12 months, I would advise you to take out the insurance for the whole 12 months, because then you are insured for the whole 12 months and you pay monthly. You don't have to pay everything at once. So, the situation remains the same. You start with paying, let's say around 25 euros as a supplement to your EHIC card. So I would really, really recommend you to and advise you to take out the insurance for the whole period. One note I have to make sure your EHIC card is valid for 12 months. Otherwise, if your EHIC card is only valid for 6 months, you Then you need to take out the insurance, the Start Plus, for 6 months. And after 6 months, you need to change it to the Complete or the Complete Plus.
Maybe it's. Can you tell us something about the cancellation policy that we have?
Of course, yeah. If you want to cancel your insurance, you go to you log into your policy map, or you go to the website and fill in your policy number. Then you come into your policy map, and there you can end the insurance, and you can end the insurance daily. So not with a back date. But daily. So if you want to, for instance, to give you an example, you have an insurance with us, and your EHIC card, or you're going back home and you want to end your insurance, you can end it as of today, or with a future date, but not with a back date. If you already paid the premium, for instance, for a whole month, we will pay you back the premium for the remaining days that you haven't used. We will transfer that back to your either your credit card or your bank account.
Okay. Another question that came in is someone who asked, in case I have a European health insurance card, is the Aon student insurance supplementary? I heard that you're only allowed to have one insurance in the Netherlands.
The Aon insurance is supplementary, but it is you can have the Aon student insurance as a supplement to your EHIC card. And actually, you can have as much insurance as you would like to have. I would not recommend that, though. The thing changes, of course, when you're going to work. Then you need to stop the insurance and take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance.
Okay, and then we have a question from Becca, who actually asks if I'll be studying into a language course for 6 months. Does that count as being a student?
Depending if it's an educational institution, as long as it's an educational institution and you're going to study full time as an international student, then you are eligible for the Aon student insurance.
So what you mean is that if you're a full-time language course participant at a registered
educational institution, yes, then you can take out the Aon student insurance.
Okay, thanks. So there's some more questions. Let me just take a look.
Of course,
quick. We can't. Let's see. Let me just check.
Lots of questions. Coming in. No problem.
Trying to address, so there's a question from Lotta.
Yes.
Who actually asks if the Aon Start Plus insurance includes a home insurance.
It does. Yes, it does include a home insurance. You have coverage for the things you have in your apartment or your room, and you are covered against theft or burglary, against if there's a fire or a flood, you have coverage for that. But you always have to, if that occurs, you need to file a police report before you can get a reimbursement, because you need to load up a police report when you submit the claim. And of course, you can contact us if something like that happens to you. We have a claims department who can assist you with that.
Okay, then we have another question coming in from Chiara, who asks if one travels outside of the EU for vacation, does your insurance cover it?
Yeah, the insurance covers, has worldwide coverage, but as long as you are a student, you have, for instance, if you go from the Netherlands, you are from, let's say, Italy, and you go to America, and you need to have coverage, you have coverage for that. Be aware that now in the COVID-19 era, there are lots of countries which are you're advised not to go to. So in case there is a country you would like to go to and it's advised not to go to that country, we would suggest you do not go there. But in the normal case, you can go as long as you are studying and you're going for short trips, no problem.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Then we have another question from Oksana, who asks if there is an option to pay in advance for the whole year, and if you can do that, if there's any benefit towards paying monthly.
You can pay, of course, pay for the whole year. Then you don't have the hassle of, it being deducted from your bank account. But there is no benefit like, you get a discount or something. When you pay in advance, that's okay. If you stop the insurance, earlier, you'll be reimbursed for the money, that you haven't used, the months you haven't used. But there's no discount or something. So you can either pay, monthly, or you can pay at once.
Okay, thanks. Another question that came in is someone who asked how you can see how long your European health insurance card is valid.
You can see that. I will go back to the... can you help me, Rowan?
Yeah, of course.
Because I will show you on the presentation. We have... yeah, there it is. If you go, you see the European health insurance card, you see the blue card, and then you see at the end on the right side, you see the expiry date. Yeah, that side, yeah. That is where you can see how long your European health insurance card is valid. And that date is very important because you can only take out the supplement coverage for as long as your EHIC card is valid. And after the expiry date of your EHIC card, you need to change your insurance from the Start Plus to the Complete insurance.
Okay, thanks. I'll change the screen back.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's see. Let's look at some other questions. Lotta also asks if you can explain how to register at a general practitioner, so family doctor.
Family doctor work. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you arrive in the Netherlands, I would advise you guys to go to your international office of the university where you're studying, because they often have, GPs they work with and who accept international students. Ask for the telephone number or the email address and contact the GP and ask them to register with them so that you are, if something happens, that you can contact them. Once you've registered, you are subscribed to that GP, and they will help you in case of an emergency. Not only an emergency, but in case you have a problem. It doesn't, you don't need to pay for the registration, because that is part of the healthcare system in the Netherlands. If you go then to the GP, they will either give you an invoice or they will ask you to pay up front. Of course, in both cases, you can get your reimbursement back from us by going to the website and claim.
Okay. We have another question coming in from Callum.
Yeah.
Callum is from the United Kingdom.
Okay.
And he has a very relevant question
Yes.
for us right now. And he asks, if I'm from the UK and my European health insurance card isn't valid after December, can I change it midway from Aeon Start to Complete?
Yeah, that's not a problem. That's actually, we don't know exactly what is going to happen with UK students. probably there will be a transition period, but we don't know what that will consist of. So to put it, black and white, as we say in the Netherlands, I would recommend you to change your insurance from Start Plus to Complete, starting as of the 1st of January. So you are fully covered and you don't have any hassles.
Okay, thanks so much. There's a few questions that are actually about the card. Like, will there be an insurance card if you apply for an Aon student insurance? And how does that work actually when you go to the doctor then?
Okay. Well, once you apply for the Aon student insurance, it doesn't matter if it's Complete or Start Plus insurance. Since we do everything online, you guys receive all the policy documents, including a card, which you can print out in your email box. We have cooperations with, of course, several doctors in cities where there are universities, and lots of them accept, of course, the Aon student insurance card, but some of them will give you an invoice, and they will, of course, help you, but they will give you an invoice, so you need to pay for that, or you need to get your reimbursement from us with that. You can show them the card, and of course, it's normal insurance, so they can help you. But with you guys who have the EHIC card, you have two cards. So either way, if they accept the EHIC card, then you don't have to pay anything upfront. If they don't accept the EHIC card, you will have to pay upfront because the Aon Start Plus is a supplement insurance. And once you have paid the doctor, you will first need to apply for your reimbursement at your EHIC insurer. And if they don't reimburse you, or they don't reimburse you for the whole amount, you submit a claim with us by going to the website and apply for the reimbursements, and we will transfer the money to your bank account within 5 to 10 working days. But because you have a Start Plus insurance, which is an additional insurance, in most cases you will have to pay upfront because healthcare providers don't really accept the EHIC card here in the Netherlands.
Okay. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
We do have one question coming in from Envy, and it's actually a very understandable one. Who states that they are from France, and they actually are insured for a lot of things already. Yeah. And how do you know if you still need a Start Plus insurance?
Well, the EHIC card, is a normal, is a general card. So what I would suggest to you to do is to contact us. Because this is a specific situation. I know the French students also have an EHIC card, and it provides general coverage. But again, I would advise you to contact us so we can look into this matter more detailed.
All right. So there are still some people that have open questions.
Yes.
What I would like to suggest is that we will be available in the comment section to answer some of the questions that are still open. Yeah. In case you don't see your question answered, then we are still available on the live chat on our website to address specific questions there.
Exactly.
I'm sorry we couldn't deal with all of them specifically at the end of this session. But we're happy to help you further on aonstudentinsurance.com.
Exactly. So. Yeah. And guys, if you have specific questions, again, as my colleague Rob said, go to our website. And I know that The EHIC and everything that is goes along with it can be quite difficult to understand. And I would like to stress again, for each country, it could be different with regard to the coverage. So, well, again, go to our website, and we would love to chat with you. Well, and I would like to thank you guys all for your attention, for visiting this webinar. I hope it gave you some insight and some more information on how it works for European students. And I would like to wish you lots of success here in the Netherlands if you're already here. Have a nice time, and if you're planning to come here, take out the insurance before you leave, and stay safe, you all. Thank you very much from Aeon.